this league. Your defensive line has you, John, Adam, and Christian to help a Tyree and a Byron and some young guys. What does it mean for those young guys to have the maturity and mentorship that you four offer?
I think it's super important. I've talked about it many times before, but when I first came in the league, I didn't have, an Aaron Donald in my room or a guy, like a guy that's done it at the highest level. And I seeked, that leadership and seek, what are they doing? What's the routine? Things like that. So when you got guys like myself and Christian and Jank, dudes have done it for multiple years. As a young guy, that's like your dream. You want to come in and just soak up as much information as you possibly can. So that's what we do. Christian's working mainly with the D tackles because we're a little bit separate during like individual kind of stuff. So he's done a great job with them, and I'm leading my group, with the ends, and then we all come together and we do all our meetings together and everything. So it's just a collaborative, group. It's not like, no, this is my way or whatever. It's just like we're all learning from each other, and that's what makes our group really special.
You mentioned a few minutes ago about going through the off season, having had the surgeries, and then coming back now, getting back up to full speed.
Yeah, it's been a hell of an off season. It started right away. We played Denver week 18, and I think a week later I got surgery on my knee, and then 2 weeks after that I had to get surgery on my thumb. So it's been a hell of a ride back. But at the end of the day, there's a bunch of different paths to get to where you want to go. And for me, it's what I've learned. Just in these past 2 years, I feel like the past year I was dealing with a knee issue, and I literally never missed practice in my whole career leading up to this past season. And I was damn near limited every single day. The whole season in practice and things like that, and I had to learn to make an adjustment because I can't just go out there and run my knee into the ground. I had to be ready for Sunday, so it made me take a step back so I could take 3 steps forward, and I feel like that's what this off season was all about. Having the confidence in the guys that are working with me, from Rick Slate to Alex Guerrero to my circle, from my agent to Tim Grover, all those type of guys. Having them in my corner has been incredible because they've been in every type of situation. They've seen it all, and for me, like, my one goal is to be the best in the world, pound for pound. And I talk about it. I'm about it. I live it every single day. And whatever street I gotta travel to get to where I want to go, I'm gonna do that. So I'm exhausting every single resource I possibly have to have the best season of my career this year.
Max, speaking of pound for pound, I believe your favorite fighter is fighting this Saturday, Tank Davis. You be watching that, catching that?
Absolutely. I love Tank. Been a huge fan for a long time. The way he fights, his approach, his confidence, the way he goes in the ring, just he has no fear in his body. He goes in there and he's fully himself, and that's a guy that I love watching. You could just feel his energy. He walks into a press conference and it's like he owns the place. And those are the type of guys I look up to because they're special. They're special individuals. They do it their way. They don't try to fit in with anything. They just do what they do, and I think that's what makes them special. So yeah, I think he's going to have a huge knockout again on Saturday.
How has Rob Leonard challenged you and the rest of the guys in the defensive line room?
Yeah, Robbie's been incredible. He challenges us every day. He doesn't coach anybody. He coaches people different, but he doesn't shy away from coaching. You know what I mean? That's what I think is most important. Nowadays there's a lot of guys that are, feel like they're too big to be coached and things like that. And it's my way or no way. Rob is a guy that can relate to us. He played, Division I football. He's been around a lot of great players, and people have his, respect in our room. So, it's a collaborative, group. He walks in there, and we have the biggest D-line group I think we've ever had. We have like 18 guys or something ridiculous. Got like 4 coaches now in there, and it feels like everybody wants to be in the D-line room at all times. So, it's a special group, and it starts with him. And I think he's done an incredible job, and he just pushes us in every single way, and just looking, he knows what everybody wants, and you got to have real relationships with the players to be able to talk to them a certain way, and I think that's what he does a great job of doing. And yeah, for instance, like when he first got hired, like he took the time to get in a Zoom call. It was me, him, and Rob Marinelli, and like usually a coach, coaches don't do shit like that. It's like, no, this is my way. We're not. He got in a meeting with him, and we chopped it up for an hour, and we talked just football. And I thought that was super cool of him, just because it shows, like, even as a coach, he's still constantly learning, and that's why, me and Robbie have a real relationship. It's not like just coach type stuff. It's real life, and that's what I feel like, why guys respect him so much. I think Marinelli was the same exact way. It was much more than just a coach. He was you know, you have a real relationship with guys like that.
Are you
Guys
surprised,
like-
Max, with how your podcast has taken off relating to fans?
You know, for us, you know, the whole point of it was just to, you know, give back and give guys a, you know, not just Raiders players, but people in general, you know, get people to share their story and, you know, guys that have been through real adversity. And I think it's been incredible. I've done it purely out of, you know, desire. You know, I've wanted to do it for years and years, and I want to do it with the right people. So, you know, I got my day one guys from Eastern Michigan. We all went to school together. We're all in each other's weddings. We're best friends. So it's been incredible, and you know, we're gonna keep doing our thing and having fun with it. You know, it's been a hell of a time.
Max, you mentioned Adam Butler among the players that you like in this group. You seem to develop real chemistry with him late last season. When did that click, and what did it mean to you to get him back?
I feel like, you know, to be honest, like we had that connection right away. It started in the off season. He got here last April, I believe, and from that day on, you know, we've been locked in. You know, if you watch from week 1 to week 18, it improved and improved, but usually, you know, it takes a lot more time. And a guy like him, he's a thinker. Like when you're out on the field with him, he's calling out, you know, where they're sliding, calling out protections, things like that. And when you have a guy like that on the field, he's nothing but an asset, and he plays hard, and he's a very underrated rusher. You know, he could win his one-on-ones as well. So I love Adam. You know, me and Adam have had a great connection. He's a Texas guy as well. He went to Duncanville, so our teams played each other in high school. He's a little older than me, but you know, I've known about him for a long time. So when he got here, it was awesome. It's been special ever since.
Last one, Paul.
Max, there's been a lot of talk about potentially going to an 18-game season, even the Super Bowl stretching out to President's Day weekend. As a player, I mean, what are your thoughts, your reaction to that?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to keep showing up and doing what I do at the highest level. I got no control of that shit. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Max.